Hello friends, so today we are presenting the Ultima 16 version 16 ROM. This is a fresh install and this is in the Samsung Galaxy S3 GT-i9300, which is the international version of the phone. And now let me just go a brief through the ROM. Uh, now this particular ROM, the best part about this ROM is that during the installation, it's not a random installation which happens or maybe a common installation. You can personalize the installation while installing. It gives you all the options wherein you need, if you want to use a standard Google, simple plain ROM like the Nexus phones, or you want to add some features from the Samsung series wherein the original S3 has it. You can choose the cameras. So I have chosen as per my priorities, my choice. I'm sure if you will be installing this ROM, you will be using your choices rather than mine. So now this particular ROM has the best option which I've seen so far. I've been using Cyannogen mod, the other Omega mods and all. But this particular mod has one of the best edge over the other ROMs, that you have the options to customize this ROM and while installing, and you can choose n number of things, like if you want to use Samsung bloatware apps, or maybe you want to use the camera app of Google 4.4.2 which is the KitKat version, or you want to use the camera app of the Samsung only. So I have chosen my preferences. I'm sure while installing you'll be more inclined towards using your preferences than what I have chosen. This is a small thing which is the logo of UltimaROM, and these people have created customized logo if you want to use it, or maybe a round ring. So I just thought of having a look at it, wherein I can show it to you guys how the logo exactly looks like. Neat and clean ROM, very smooth. Again, this is a fresh installation, so I'm sure we guys would be reviewing it again with the more files loaded, and the ROM is pretty smooth enough. I'm sure you'll not face any problem in using the ROM. As far as I have been using Cyannogen mod 11 also with 4.4.2 KitKat version, but this ROM is very much similar to that, and I feel it more responsive, and I also feel it more dedicated towards a better use of your phone. I'll show you the version and everything. Just wait. Okay, now let's go to about the device. Definitely Android 4.3 in the ROM, GTI9300. If you go to the ROM information, you'll see the UltimaROM, the version. There is over the air update on this ROM. So I'll show you from where we go into that. The kernel version is definitely new. The baseband is changed because mine was something like ending with M4. This is like K6 in the end. It's definitely changed. I'll also review about the performance later on, but as of now you can just have a view of how the fresh look of this ROM will happen. In the home screen we have the Google apps. Now this is the best part, since in Cyannogen mod this was again a disadvantage, but here we have the option to install Google apps with it, and definitely all the newbies who wish to move over from the Samsung ROM can definitely go for this ROM, because it gives you some of the Samsung features. You can see this eye on the top which shows that it's like trying to see you guys, your eyes, and matching like you guys are viewing it or not. But since no eye is there in front of it, it's only the camera, definitely it will be full enough. On the other hand, again, as I said, that Google apps are there, be it Gmail and everything. The ROM is pretty smooth enough. I just installed it, so I'm also opening all the things in front of you for the first time, and it's not showing any error like error menus, because I have already clicked on that before, like OK and all, cancel or skip, whatever. So there are settings. I'll move over to these settings later on, but definitely a shortcut on the home screen. Some widgets are there. If I go to the wallpapers and stuff, the wallpapers available are pretty decent, same to the Nexus ROM which is there, and also available in all the major ROMs. Wallpaper is not a big fight because you can download it anyways, but definitely good live wallpapers, wherein I'll just try to set one. Yeah, it's working good. Let's go to the menu part and see what all options we have. I'll first change the wallpaper because it's more confusing in front of the camera. I'm not sure how the final video ends up with. Nice and smooth. Let's go to the menu part. Okay, there's an application called Add Away which can I think remove all the ads and stuff which are there with other ROMs. This is one of the good apps. It shows you the latest news currents, and it's pre-included in the ROM. Definitely helpful for us, wherein we can switch other different news channels and see. This is like in terms of Indian channels which we have. I'm sure as soon as you go to like install it in your country, your region, you'll get your personalized news channels, or maybe in settings like we can change that later on. Anyways, a useful app for sure. The Google Drive is there, the email, which is I think the default Nexus email thing, stock Jelly Bean email client. ES File Explorer, again from the Cyannogen mod people, I guess. No, this is not. This is the I think the default version. I don't want to update it right now. Faster GPS, I feel this as more useful because while traveling, while driving, I personally felt that Nokia maps are much better than the Google Maps. But this ROM also falsifies that statement, wherein it shows that you have an option to fasten up your GPS and give you more accurate results. You can configure it and search it on other videos platform wherein you can learn how to use it. Flash player is there, FM radio is there. Now this is one thing which was missing there with the Samsung people. Saddened because when I was using Cyannogen mod, and I was missing the this part of the Samsung wherein I was not able to use the phone's FM radio. A few of us use it, but in India we have good channels, so definitely it's a must-have in India. Gallery, it's like the same. I've chosen to install the Samsung Gallery. It also had the option to install the Gallery from the Google 4.3 stock ROM. So since I like the Samsung Gallery more, I'm sure I use that. But in case you're missing the, if you don't personally, it's all your preference. You can use it then and there. Goggles are not useful. Google settings and all. Google Sky Map, again a good application. Something new for me because I've not installed or used this application before. But definitely now I can see the sky. So when I'll be flying like Superman, I'll be definitely using this thing to route my way. It's a GPS for Superman, definitely. Gravity box, I've not opened it yet. Let me see, what is it? It's not working. I don't know why, because I'm not even used to that. Keep. Okay, it's like something to make notes, like Evernote and all. Maps, definitely. GPS. Messaging, no conversations as no messages done. News and weather. Again your local news plus your local weather. Since I'm from Delhi, India, the capital, it's giving me all the news from Delhi, I guess. Yes, it is. Next is people, phone. Okay, I'll show you the phone caller ID. Nice caller. I should again show it to you. Everything is empty as I've not used it at the moment, but I'm sure it will work pretty smooth because the Samsung caller thing was actually very slow and sluggish. I am having a Note 3. The same is the issue. I don't know why Samsung is not improving on that. If you move next, then we have photos, which is your Google Photos, Playbook, everything, play music, newsstand. I think it's again a service from Google wherein you can use the newsstand. Sorry. Then we have your Play Store. It's a new Play Store. I'm sure it will keep on updating as and when there is a update from Google. Settings, again, it's like tabulated settings wherein you have they have simplified things much better, like in all the latest functions of Android 4.3. and all the latest phones that have NFC. Definitely there, S-Beam, all useful things, screen mirroring for your TVs and all. Wi-Fi I'm using. You can see that there is your display settings and all. You can open each and every setting and adjust it as per your requirement. The good part is the smart screen is there. Definitely one of the very useful features of Samsung, which was not there in Cyanogen mod. Don't think that I'm criticizing Cyanogen mod, but this mod is like one level ahead of that, and which is definitely more useful for our daily lives as a daily driver. It's because since you're owning an S3, not a Nexus phone, so you should have the functions which were there with the Samsung phones. I'm sure this will be more useful for people who are missing their Samsung features. In the Android thing, motion is also there, which has a direct call, smart alert, double tap top. I've not enabled it at the moment, but I'm sure they'll work pretty well. Then after that we have some accounts. Okay, accounts has a different section altogether, which is nice again. Location services, application manager, battery storage, about the device and everything. So this is also nice. After that there is a task manager again, which is very useful because it was missing in the Cyanogen mod once again, which I'm supposed to refer. The RAM at the moment the phone is using is like 691 MB out of 832, which is available MB, and it's decent enough. So when I clean it, it's like 408. Again, nice. I think after installing WhatsApp and all, this will be slowed down. And that's fine. Okay. So cleaning that has again now one of the more useful parts is the USB mass storage. If you guys can see that, this is again very useful because many people, it's not me, it's like many of us have faced the problem of that installation of MTP. I would also like to add on to it that MTP is related to your Windows Media Player. So when you run Windows Media Player 10 and above and you have the Samsung drivers, it works perfectly fine. But this USB mass storage thing will definitely convert your phone into a good USB storage device. So again, your since the current stage you can see it's like MTP, you can change it to mass storage. I'm sure this will make your phone act like a memory card, which will again your internal memory especially, and which will again be very useful in quickly loading and unloading files. Voice search and everything is there. Now I'll just take you to the UltimaROM settings, which was there on the home page, and I asked you two guys to skip this step at the moment. So UltimaROM settings is actually again a load number of settings which is there, wherein you have to see you have more options, your hands have more fingers to put onto, more things to tap onto. Like we have the app settings again. Following are the apps with the individual settings which are related to the UltimaROM. As in when I mentioned the adway, again the downloads, wherein directly downloading the files from the internet rather than keeping it opening with other default applications. Okay, the settings have stopped due to some reason as I interrupted. So we have the animation file changer also. If you don't want to show your by default this device is showing the Google Nexus animation. So if you want to change it to another animation file, you can download loads from the internet, Google it out your way. Kernel settings again, one of the settings from kernel, but it's not opening at the moment. I don't know why. Call settings, which shows the call recording. Again, one of the best function of this thing, because call recording is one thing wherein people would like to use in their smartphones. Having such a good smartphone which has good processor and stuff, but not able to use the basic features which should be there. Otherwise, why we have moved to a smartphone? Lock screen settings, mod settings, wherein you have your hostname and all WLAN. That's pretty fair. Status bar settings, Wi-Fi settings. It's nice, decent enough to use. You also have the option to choose the theme, wherein if I choose light, it will be like bright. It's like dark action bar, but I prefer using dark because it saves battery. And in smartphones we have this basic problem of batteries. Definitely a daily driver ROM with loads of apps, loads of customization, You see you have a widget also for this USB mass storage. I'm sure this will be helpful in terms of using this while quick swapping of mass storage. Again, a pretty decent smartphone ROM. Definitely, as compared to Android 4.4.2, I'll be missing the OK Google thing. Other than that, it has loads of things to make me interested to install this ROM and make it my daily driver, because using your smartphone as with all the features is one thing which everyone dreams of, and Samsung ROM just lacks the fact that it becomes more sluggish. So installing of Samsung bloatware is also there. I'll just show it to you. You can see that there's over the air updates of the ROM. See, I can install the Samsung bloatware, which it says, though Samsung doesn't feel that. But AllShare, calculator, clock, email is like AllShare is useful. Sounds might be for some. AccuWeather is nice. Keyboard is like giving the default Samsung S3 keyboard. Live wallpapers again. Music player from Samsung, which is again useful. It's good. S voice, some people might wanted to just flaunt the Siri thing in Samsung, which is underrated. And video player and all are good. Video player will definitely be more advantageous with the I thing, because again this will give you the edge over the standard stock ROMs of jelly beans floating around. Then there are more options to change the theme and all, reboot type and everything. If I go to ROM, I can check the updates. It's again showing the version number. It's like check update. So by far on February 2014, this is the latest thing, and I'm sure you guys will be very much satisfied by installing this ROM, and I'm damn sure that people who do that will never plan to switch over the ROM, because when I was using a stock, I'll just tell you a small part. When I was using the Cyannogen mod, why I'm going to Cyannogen mod again and again is that this is like a standard Jelly Bean ROM which is there in the Nexus. You have Slim Bean and all the other XYZ ROMs, but this ROM gives you the feel of standard Jelly Bean, and also with that you get to use the Samsung features. But the worst part is that you the worst part about I'm talking about the Samsung ROM is that the look is not as catchy as these ROMs have, or maybe the stock Jelly Bean has. So I'm sure you guys will be satisfied by using this ROM. You will be using it as a daily driver, and definitely more happy. See, I'm using the camera app which I have chosen is from your this with all the Samsung functions, so it's much better than what the Google Nexus ROM is there, like the the empty blank ROM. So I personally recommend this. It has the best photo, best face, sound shot, HDR is there, smile shot is there, all the functions work. And if you want, I can just show it to you. HDR, dynamic ranges. See, it's working pretty nice and pretty smooth, and I'm sure you guys will not. Oh nice, it has the motion thing also there. Let me just see. Oh, nice. You guys can see that. Definitely there is good use of Samsung functions as well in this ROM, and I'm sure all those who are missing the Samsung functions will definitely love using this ROM. So finally I'll take my time. Thanks for your time. Please like and share the video. Also add and subscribe to our page. I'll be reviewing and more ROMs, and I've also recently bought a Note 3, so I'll be also trying to figure out more ROMs for this phone, and there will be like so both the i9300 and N9005 will be like the phones which will be having my reviews, comments. I'll not mind, but definitely I would recommend you guys to be soft enough for me. Thank you. Signing off. Good day.